Hello and welcome back to more Football Manager 2019 with me, Mr. Grand 2, and episode 6 of Monaco. And we're going to start today with some good news. I've signed a new contract in the game until 2021, so clearly the board think I'm doing an absolutely amazing job and there are no criticisms whatsoever. Right? Right? There's no point really trying to avoid it. We are probably going to be heading out of the Champions League in this episode. Um, we played one game since last time and we lost 2-0 to Dinamo Kiev. Now, we are currently still third in the group because Hoffenheim lost to Manchester City. But, well, I mean, barring some sort of miraculous turn of events where we beat Manchester City today, which is going to be our second match, and Hoffenheim beat Dinamo Kiev, but do it in a way that doesn't affect the goal difference or whatever, we're pretty much done. And I think the realistic opportunity we have is finishing in third and going into Europa League. Otherwise, we will be exiting Europe altogether. So aside from that incredibly embarrassing 1-0 home defeat to Dynamo Kiev, where we just didn't turn up in any way at all, we have done very well in the league. 3 wins since last time when we drew with PSG, a 3-1 win against Cannes, Radamel Falcao getting two goals. Amazing. A striker getting 2 goals. A 3-1 win there. And then our two most recent games have seen the emergence of one of our young talents that we signed in the summer. Mr. Jack Clark, picked up from Leeds United, has bagged himself 3 goals. Got his first against Montpellier in a 2-0 win. And then he got himself a brace, as well as an Adrian Silva penalty in a 3-1 win last time out against Amiens. Since last time, then we have also sold Naldo, well, agreed to sell Naldo. He will be joining Sao Paulo on the 1st of January. Good luck to him. I hope he enjoys the last few years of his career because he's too old for us now, I'm afraid. So our first match today is going to be against our fierce local rivals, Nice. They are one of the closest teams geographically to Monaco, and well, let's hope we can get a good result against them today. And this is going to be the team that takes on our bitter rivals then. Subasic is going to be in goal. Henriks, De Ligt, Jemison and Sidibe is going to be the back four. Camel Click is suspended once again, this time for an accumulation of yellow cards. Given his excellent recent form, 3 goals in 2 games, Jack Clark is going to be starting on the left. Gelson Martins just hasn't really been performing that well. Adrian Silva is going to be playing on the left of midfield. Tonali is going to come in as well. Cesc Fabregas has recovered from his injury, but again, hasn't been performing well of late, so Tonali is going to be keeping his place there for now. Chadley is going to stay on the right while Ronnie Lopez still recovers from his injury. He should be back in 3 weeks' time. Golovin hasn't exactly been excelling either, but he's going to keep his place in attacking midfield. With Radamel Falcao, who remains, it's the 8th of December, he remains the only one of our 4 strikers, all of whom are or potentially one day will be world class, who's actually scored a goal so far this season. I have played Gabels, but he didn't score either. I think he's not quite ready for the first team yet. So Nice, our opponents and bitter rivals, are having not the best season under Patrick Vieira, of course, down in 12th position at the moment. I should actually say we are still top of the league, 40 points, still 2 points clear of PSG, 4 points clear of Marseille, and looking pretty good so far. A lot of threats in the Nice team, a lot of young, talented French players who potentially we could pick up one day, although it might be difficult given the fact that they are our rival. Malang Sarr, of course, Alain Saint-Maximin, uh, Maulida, Wyland Cyprian as well. Lots of excellent players that maybe one day will be wearing a Monaco shirt. Well, we are in good form in the league anyway. Let's forget about the Champions League. And I expect nothing but a win against our bitter local rivals here. Early chance for us comes in from a corner, put over by Golovin. There's a chance for us here. It's come out to Golovin. Comes back to Tonali. Play back to Jemison. It's come on the right hand side to Chadley. Squirms it in to Adrian Silva, who puts it wide. Free kick from Falcao. He's been taking them a lot recently. He's got pretty good free kick stats, although he's not the ideal player for it. A lot of pressing from Nice, but
we've retained possession. Out to Henriks, finds Adrian Silva, comes into Tonali, goes for the shot. Not a bad opportunity, just wide of the post. We've had most of the play. All of the shots on goal that we've seen as highlights so far have come from us. Or a late possible highlight here for Nice, but it's been given away to Golovin from the throw-in. Falcao's in, switch back to Golovin, bouncing around, and it's been put in by Jack Clark straight at the goalkeeper. It was pinball in the box, and Nice get away with it. 0-0 at half time. Not really good enough. We've had plenty of chances, the Lions' share of possession, but nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. We'll throw him back in their half from Nice, playing things around nicely. So it's going to be a highlight in their favour, but it's won back by Tonali. Excellent challenge from him, and he's found Golovin, switches it out to Jack Clark. Back to Silva, comes across the Chadley, and Falcao's there. And it's another glorious opportunity that Falcao puts wide. I feel like it's becoming a theme of the save so far. We make some excellent chances and just don't finish them. Jack Clark plays it into Cardinale's hands, but it's immediately given back to us with Jibril Sadiba. He's found Falcao into Clark and again wide from the English. I'm going to keep Jack Clark out there. He may not have the highest average rating, but he's been all over the place. I'm going to bring on Maria, who's not really had much of a look in recently, but Golovin's not having the game of his life. So, a chance for the young Spaniard to make an impression. He has scored a goal, but in what was one of his very few appearances. So, hopefully, he can continue from that and then stamp a claim on the first team. Well, we've had lots and lots of chances, but it doesn't look like it's going to be our day. We'll bring Martins on. Falcao again hasn't delivered this time. Maybe Pellegrini can finally get his first goal. But plenty of chances. We've dominated the game. We're going a bit more positive for the last few minutes, and we'll go attacking for the very end of the game. But just haven't found a way to break Nice down to get past their goalkeeper. So many chances, so many shots on goal. And in the end, it's going to be a 0-0 draw. We really should have won that game. But that's probably kind of the problem. 22 shots, only 4 of them actually on target. A lot of chances that we had that were great chances went wide of the post. Nice didn't play well at all in that game. They offered nothing offensively, and we let them get away with a point there. Well, second game of the episode, and it is last chance saloon as far as our Champions League ambitions and potentially our European ambitions generally go for this season. Manchester City at the Etihad. We need to win, or realistically, we're probably going to finish bottom of the group. Kamil Glick is going to come back in for Jemison as he's no longer suspended. The only other change is that Cesc Fabregas is going to come in for Sandro Tonali. Hopefully he can use his experience to find us some goals. And Manchester City, I wasn't even going to commentate, have scored literally from the kickoff. What was already looking impossible has gone from bad to worse. I didn't say anything because I thought it would be. No one ever scores from the opening highlight. Well, Man City do. Sergio Aguero, assist from Riyad Mahrez. To say that would be a poor start would be an understatement. And, well, unless we get anything from this game, and unless Hoffenheim end up losing to Dinamo Kiev, we're not even going to be in the Europa League for the rest of the season. I mean, to concede literally from kickoff, that takes some doing. But if we do go out of Europe altogether, I think, to be honest, I'm not that bothered. I've signed the new contract. The board aren't going to sack me. Free kicking from Mahrez, nearly another goal from Bernardo Silva. But I think just the squad is just not. It's not very good. Not very good. It's not even close to the level that it needs to be if we're going to actually challenge. Um, Sane nearly makes it 2-0 as well. So to be honest, not doing that well this season really provides motivation for the board to give us quite a lot of money going into next summer, and we can rebuild what is a pretty fragile looking team. Well, other than those few chances for Man City and that pathetically conceded opening goal from kickoff, we haven't offered anything at all. I'm going to say I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. I don't care if you're looking negative. Go and actually do something. You've offered absolutely nothing. Yes, they are far, far better than us, but at least a little bit of fight, a little bit of spirit, a few chances. Looks like Dynamo Kiev and Hoffenheim are still drawing, which means that as things stand, we are not going to be in Europe anymore after this match. Possible opening for us. A goal for us would change everything. Fabregas finds Sidibe, but he's playing back to Hendricks. A little bit penned in here. Can we find a space? No, we can't. Cut out by Gundogan. De Ligt, though, plays it forward. Falcao cannot get there. And now Man City can break, and we're not there. De Ligt makes a challenge on Aguero, but the highlight is still going. Aguero's in again, and he's just ghosted past De Ligt that time. And it's 2-0, and it's all over. Having just made a vital interception, De Ligt just falls asleep, as does Glick, and Aguero's allowed in. Well, I mean, we're pretty much done, really. Golovin has been useless, so Maria can come on. Pellegrini, you might as well come on because it doesn't make any difference. Whether you're here or not, Antonali, let's just give the kids a chance. De Ligt has been pretty dreadful tonight. We just go very attacking. Unless we score a couple of goals, or unless Hoffenheim concede to Dynamo Kiev, that's it. We're done. And I think they're probably happy with a 0-0 draw because they both go through to more European competition at the expense of us. Nothing else happening. We've had one shot on target, two shots overall in the entire match. It has not been good enough. But Dynamo Kiev, from nowhere, have taken the lead against Hoffenheim, and somehow this would mean we beat. Well, that lasted a long time, didn't it? Hoffenheim equalised. We were nearly going to be in the Europa League. That's not happening at the moment, unless Dynamo Kiev can score late on, and it doesn't look like they're going to. We are, for the briefest second, we were going to be all right, but now we are not. This game's over. We've lost 2-0, and let's have a quick look and see. Hoffenheim did indeed hold on against Dynamo Kiev 1-0, and we have finished, much as Monaco did, in real life bottom of the table. AS Monaco will certainly look back at some great wins along the way, such as a 2-1 triumph against Hoffenheim. Yeah, sure, yeah, wins. Well, let's go with that. Well, a pretty pathetic end to our Champions League campaign this season. Knocked out at bottom of the group. But like I said, I mean, you don't want to win everything in the first season. That would get boring, wouldn't it? You don't want to win everything at all until years in. So yeah, at least we're doing okay domestically. We're not actually replicating Monaco's dreadful real life season completely. We are still top of the league. PSG drew their most recent games well, so we still have our 2-point advantage over them. We've still got the domestic cups to look forward to. No one, no one really cares about the Champions League. That is going to be the end of the episode there then. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode, and I'll see you next time.